There's like a small restaurant. There's a place where all the workers in the street and they all come here and they get some fast food.
As it says on the sign. But what fast food in particular might we be talking about?
You know, something special here is the beef biryani.
I'll have that.
Yeah? I'll ask them to make it extra spicy.
Oh, good, good.
Beef tapioca biryani. I thought I knew what to expect with this, having had stuff called biryani elsewhere many times, but no. First off, and most noticeably, it's made with beef. That's something you don't see a lot of elsewhere in India, where the cow is sacred, left to wander free in traffic, unmolested, but rarely, if ever, eaten. Also, instead of the rice pilaf-y kind of preparation I've seen before here, they mash up slowly cooked beef with cooked cassava, creating a satisfying but frankly leaden crowd pleaser of stoner-friendly meat and starch loaf. It hits like a brick. My encounter with Mammootty, it seems, has paid big benefits. Front page benefits, Indian book sales benefits. Ka-ching!
Excellent. I like how he's holding up the book cover, too. Nice product placement there.
It's written, "Dujiu the ambassador," which means you are the ambassador for taste.
Ah.
So,
And
taste ambassador.
The taste ambassador, the flavor ambassador. And I would like to be addressed as that in future. Chris, Todd, Mr. Ambassador, or Your Eminence, something along those lines. I think that would be appropriate, considering my new station. We get some bread with this or something?
Normally we take it like that. They can...
Normally like this?
Yeah,
then let's be normal. Hey, that's good. Filling.
You know, the people who take heavy weights and, you know, physical labor, they love it.
So when we do with this dinner, late night, any time of day?
Usually evening.
Evening. This is a heavy meal. I'm not doing any manual labor after this. Not that I would have anyway, but...
Well, this for after
the work, right. Oh, so that would work.
That filling.
If you've been drinking a lot, I'm guessing this would be really good with that.
Perfect.
Yeah. You know, if you rolled this in breadcrumbs and deep fried it, so it's crispy on the outside, oh, you would have something really special, man.
Really.
It's good to be the ambassador of flavor. Coming here to Kerala was a good decision. Like all the best eating destinations, people here seem to have a deeper connection to what they eat than just the immediate need and what's on the plate. Kerala native Das Sridharan has made a career out of connecting the values he grew up with to a successful collection of restaurants in England.
It's more unusually crowded today.
He's a local boy made good, and every year returns to his childhood village about an hour outside of Kochi for the annual festival honoring Shiva, the Hindu deity. Das's father owned a tea shop here, and he wanted to give me a sense of the institution of the tea shop, what it means to a village like this, as well as his own past and where he came from. For starters, he was recognized by people he hadn't seen since childhood.
He's my little brother.
So what does one do here? Drink a little
Basically tea.
Cold tea.
Cold tea, yeah. They call it 1 meter tea.
The process of pouring back and forth like this generates a foamy head, cools the tea down, and let's face it, looks pretty sharp. And you make a simple but hot, fresh and delicious breakfast. Everything is made from scratch. Again, it looks like not so great, but trust me, it's delicious.
Oh, that's nice.
This is how we normally have breakfast. This is just a rice and lentil pancake. These doughnuts are savory doughnuts made of lentils again. That's a dish made of peas,
yeah.
With a ground coconut paste. That's a chili and onion chutney. That could be slightly hot.
Oh, good. I like that. That's good.
She says she makes at least 2 buckets every day of this. People tend to eat this a lot.
It's very good.
If you make the same coconut chutney at home, it's much more thicker. Here for restaurants, they add more water. The chutney comes free with the pancake.
Right.
So they always ask for more chutney.
So they water it a little.
You know, McDonald's, Pizza Hut, they're very popular in the state at the moment. One attraction is, of course, the speed. And secondly, it's very trendy. So it's much more fashionable than eating a pancake in a traditional tea shop.
It's easy to see how a place you come to eat and talk with your friends every day would be a critical part of the social fabric of a community. But as everywhere else in the world, the local watering hole is up against some tough competition these days. Deeper you go into the country, the further back in time. The real India, the way it is, not the way they perhaps like to be or pretend to be. Where if you're born a tea shop owner, you die a tea shop owner. And your sons, and your sons' sons too. Your very name means tea shop owner or something like that. It is now technically illegal to discriminate against someone on the basis of their caste in modern India. But in practice, it ain't that simple. For one thing, many traditional occupations are functions of caste. I'm visiting one particular caste who for generations have made the traditional bronze cooking vessels of Keralan, who really are the once ubiquitous cookpot used in temples for religious function, as well as being the preferred pots and pans in the homes of the well-to-do. Das has made something of a cause out of preserving this kind of work and honoring these skills.
This is one of the most traditional utensils in all of South India. In Kerala, we call it urli. It's one of the major pans. It takes days to make the whole thing.
How long have they been doing this?
They have been doing it for centuries. They belong to this caste called Musharis. They basically make utensils of many kinds.
The process until recently was something of a mystery, if not a closely held secret.
For them, it's a very auspicious thing and very, very religious. When I was a child, they never showed it to people. So today, because the market is very bad, they agreed to show us. First is they have a special clay, and they create the mold of the pan first. Then wrap it with wax around.
The wax is what actually makes the impression.
Yeah. The third is melting the brass and then pouring into this mold. And when the melter gets set inside, that's when they break the clay and then bring out the utensil and then final polish it down. As a complete utensil, it can take up to 2 to 3 weeks. So you have to be absolutely focused. If there's a little crack, the whole thing is gone. You have to restart.
I mean, I would imagine something like this that there'd be quite a demand in the luxury market for it. It's a handcrafted item. I mean, it's the Indian version of a creuset, the French heavy cookware.
Maybe 30 years ago, they were in really good demand, these pans. It became a fashionable thing. Everyone wanted to have one in their house.
How many of these do you buy from them a year?
Every time I come, I buy 5 to 10. Mainly because I want to help these guys. They have no other livelihood. That's one problem in India, when you're then born in a family of certain nature, you don't do anything else.
Well, it's like the medieval guild system. Yeah. If you grow up a knife maker or a tanner, that's what you do. Yeah. And if suddenly the world doesn't want that anymore, you're kind of in a jam.